struggling this year. Moncton pulled it out.
Cast of London Lightning Basketball, now brought to you by Cujo Entertainment. We start the new year off with a doozy as the London Lightning take on the NBL leading Moncton Magic. My name is Chris Croucher, and I'm joined by Tom Croucher. And Tom, Moncton's been having a rough time of it lately, going 2-3 over their last 5 games. But you think there's already signs that Moncton's going to turn it around?
Yeah, I do, Chris. You're looking at some of the stats here for Moncton. Again, you talked turnover with Moncton. Defense has stayed consistent, though. We're looking at the past 2 games, keeping their opponents under 100 points. Stats such as opponents' field goal percentage, points per game allowed. They've maintained their status as the top team in the league for that. So London's going to have quite their hands full. London as well, trying to work through some stuff themselves.
Yeah, London having a bit of a rough go lately themselves. 2-5 over their last 7. Now, London's always leaned on one name for a very long time, and that name is Garrett Williamson. Tom, Garrett Williamson, such an efficient player for the London Lightning, again leading the team in scoring. What kind of things can Garrett Williamson bring to this Lightning team, and how does he match up against a team that's going to be really focused on keying in on him?
Well, I think if you're Garrett Williamson, you do what you've always been known for doing, getting to the rim. Drive, I think what's going to be really key against such a stingy defensive team such as Moncton is pushing the ball up, drive, kick, get your shooters open. Garrett Williamson has that ability. It's just going to be against a heck of a challenge in this Moncton defense. One thing he can do, and we've seen plenty of times getting to the rim, is also his ability to get the rim in transition. So his ability to get to the rim, not allow that stingy defense to set itself up, push the pace, get as many attempts against Moncton's defense as possible, really be a catalyst to create on the floor.
And, you know, Garrett Williamson, a guy who's not only been a scorer, but also been kind of a pseudo point guard at times for this lineup, especially when they need to go big. He's going to play a big role here. We're going to head courtside now for the London Lightning starting lineups. So, starting lineups for your London Lightning: Maurice Bolden, Xavier Moon, Jalen Bab Harrison, Garrett Williamson, and Marvin Phillips. For the Moncton Magic, you're looking at Gentry Thomas, Corey Almond, Denzel Taylor, Wayne McCullough, and Nick Evans. So it looks like we've got a nice mix of speed and size coming from these starting lineups. A couple of veterans, too, for those unfamiliar. Nick Evans, a former NBL player, as well as Corey Allman. Lots of experience on this Moncton team. And it's really kind of been impressive how they've been able to keep up their winning ways despite the turnover. You think a guy like Jahi Carson, who started the year with the team, a guy like Doug Herring Jr. We talk about those fast-paced teams where they rely on the point guard. Moncton's been looking for that point guard now with Doug Herring Jr. moving on. So Duke Mondi comes in. What do you need from Duke Mondi for this team?
For such a good defensive team, what you're really looking at is, can you control the pace of the game? You got to be a quarterback. Sometimes that means you got to be a quarterback in a West Coast offense, and I know, Chris, you love that analogy right off the bat. But you got to be able to make the short, smart plays, move the chains. That's what you're looking from your point guard. You don't need your point guard rushing it down the floor, maybe going against like in a 2-on-3 situation, bring it back, set your offense, and that's what London's going to have to try to make Moncton do, is really push the pace. You need to be, as a point guard for such a good defensive team, on top of the pace of the game.
You know, if I'm Moncton, I'm kind of looking Nick Evans' way early, especially if they do want to slow down a London team that likes to get out in transition and run the floor. I look at Nick Evans as a guy who I can use to kind of beat him up down low, maybe slow down that offense a bit, slow down the game a bit, and put up some points too. Look for a bit of Nick Evans early in this game. And then, of course, Corey Allman, a deadly three-point shooter, someone you always got to keep your eye on, especially in the corners there. Very good three-point shooter. For London, Xavier Moon, been one of the better scorers for the London Lightning since coming in. And, of course, Mo Bolden, always a versatile threat with his length and the ability to play a wings game. So right off the bat, we have tip-off. Nick Evans going to win it for Moncton. McCullough collects. This is going to be Thomas. Evans at the top of the key. A lot of hands getting a hold of the ball here for Moncton. Corey Allman working it back. Thomas has it again. Stares down Xavier Moon. Almost gets through, but isn't able to handle it. Marvin Phillips has some space. Covered tightly by Allman. Good defense, but a tip-in, and Jalen Bab Harrison gets the first points on the board for London. Allman crosses over, almost loses the handle. Thinks jumper, draws the foul. Smart play there from Corey Allman to get himself to the line early.
Moncton actually one of the better teams, drawing fouls. Again, when it comes to pace, setting yourself up on offense, drawing fouls, that slows the game down. It keeps it so that your last two games you kept the opponent under 100.
And again, Corey Allman, a very deadly shooter. So you kind of have to play him tight, although he's going to miss that shot right there. You kind of have to play him tight because you know what he can do when he gets hot as a shooter. But very smart play by Allman there to draw the foul.
You always talk about you want shooters to keep shooting. And when he gets a feel, Chris, he knows how to make them.
And that's 1 for 2 from the line for Allman as London comes back down the floor. Moon working on Thomas. Screen set by Bolden. Moon looking for some space, covered tightly.
Great
turnover.
defense.
Moncton with the ball in the open court now. Thomas going right at Bolden. Steps back, jumper, no good. London almost recovers, but Denzel Taylor collects. McCullough pumps. Takes it back out. Nick Evans takes the three. No good for Nick Evans. London back the other way now. Bolden. Working it around to Williamson. Williamson steps back as if getting ready to rush the lane like we've seen so many times. Marvin Phillips thinks shot, goes for the rim, makes it. Marvin Phillips, the athletic play.
Just as you said, we've seen Garrett Williamson with a lot of close plays. That was very familiar for Lightning fans of Marvin Phillips.
And Marvin Phillips, of course, one of the Lightning greats. Consistently a great player for the London Lightning. Spent many years here, has won championships. And that's going to be a miss there for Moncton as the Magic get the rebound. Allman works around a screen. He's got Evans on the roll. Finds him almost with the big slam from Nick Evans.
You can see the passion of Nick Evans, consistently an energy guy, Gotta love it. Been a great player in this league for quite a while.
And he's always added skill. I remember when he first came into this league, he was basically a pure energy guy off the bench, but he added a jumper. He's consistently improved his game. He's really become an impact player in the NBL. But you got to make your free throws, kids, and that's another miss for the Magic.
Yeah, you know, you look at a guy like Mo Bolden, another example in this league where a guy's been able to develop his game as we've gone along year after year.
It really is a credit to NBL Canada, the way they've had these guys who consistently develop during their time in NBL Canada. Here's London back the other way. Moon. Looking for help. Bolden just goes right at his defender. That jumper's no good. Early in the shot clock, too, as Moncton's back the other way. Thomas with a great job to shake the defender. Taylor to the rim and in. Denzel Taylor with a very nice finish.
Am I watching the Spurs? That was methodical, well-played offense.
Black and gray and some fundamentals. That's a good basketball team right there. Nick Evans with the gift. He goes down the court, feeds it around to Thomas. Thomas working to the rim. No good on the finish. London ball. Moon works it to Williamson. He's going for the rim too. No good. Tries to collect his own rebound. It's going to go out of bounds off of McCullough.
I know it didn't go in, but that's what the Lightning have to do in this game. You cannot allow such a good defensive team to set their defense. You want to attack, try to get as many odd man advantages as you can. Again, didn't go in, but that's the formula to win this game for the London Lightning.
Especially for London, a team that likes to basically be the complete opposite of what Moncton likes to do. You kind of have to force them into your style. Williamson working it around. Great passing. Moon with the shot. No good. Marvin Phillips collects.
Nice rebound out of area for Marvin Phillips.
Lightning take the three. Marvin Phillips. It's good.
Let the big man shoot it if he's going to do all the effort to get the board. I love that.
Hey, you go get that rebound. You go get that three-pointer. Marvin Phillips, 3 points for the Lightning. Nick Evans going to go right at the rim. Lightning wanting a call. Evans going to finish off his own rebound. 7-6 for London.
Nick Evans in physical play. Color stunned.
Two quick sequences there as Xavier Moon now coming up the court. Working it around. Williamson turns the corner. Jalen Bab Harrison, no good. Back the other way of the Magic. Thomas working around. Evans is going to take another three. No good, just a little short. Great
nice
tip back
effort
to Evans. Great hustle from Denzel Taylor. No good on the second opportunity. London back the other way. This is Bab Harrison.
Tough shot.
Incredible finish.
Wow.
Great shot there by Jalen Bab Harrison.
That's the aggression, though, you need as the London Lightning.
9-6. London's been able to play at their pace. Moncton trying to slow it down a bit. Evans takes it out. Stares down Phillips. Works it around to McCullough. Goes to the rim. Finishes. Moncton on the board again. 9-8. As Moncton not going anywhere. A little antagonistic play there from Denzel Taylor.
I'm liking right now from Moncton the pick and roll offense. London's going to have to really figure out how they're going to attack that.
You know, even in the half court, London's actually looked pretty good here. You kind of think of them more as that athletic team that likes to run the floor. And that's going to be a foul there on Denzel Taylor as Mo Bolden is going to get the ball back for the London Lightning.
Got to get some easy buckets, though, Chris. I agree London's been okay in the half court offense, but when you're playing such a good defensive team, you just got to get those easy buckets so that you're not counting on half-court offense when it really matters.
I just feel like for London, it's been a nice mix of running the floor, getting those transition buckets, as well as getting the half-court. They're kind of doing what they want right now. Phillips is going to take another three. No good. Nick Evans collects. Thomas sets up the offense for Moncton. He's got a couple options. Allman looking to break free there. Evans down low to Phillips. Evans working on Marvin Phillips, tries to finish. Bolden affects it. Denzel Taylor with the finish, though.
You can see that Coach Salerno has really made an emphasis to get Nick Evans involved, really show that physicality towards the rim.
You know, Salerno and Evans very familiar with each other during each of their times with the Island Storm. Salerno, the winningest coach in NBL history. That's going to be a London turnover. Moncton now in the lead 10-9, getting an opportunity to expand that lead. Allman takes the jumper, no good. Marvin Phillips collects. Mo Bolden's going to take a three, and it's good. Mo Bolden with the three. London back on top, 12-10.
Again, that happens because Garrett Williamson pushes the ball up the floor, opens up Bolden for the three.
Now there's going to be a foul on the play there. I believe that's going to be on the floor, not a shooting foul.
I just want to really emphasize on that play. It's not always the guy getting to the rim in transition that's the pure benefit. Sometimes it's the secondary player.
Now we're going to have a timeout here. London up 12-10 with about a little bit left here in the first quarter. Tom, in the early goings of the game, what have you seen from each team?
I think we've seen everything we expected coming into this. Moncton, efficient, effective, old-school 90s basketball offense, which I love, especially in today's three-point game. Good to see some guys like Nick Evans getting the ball down low on the block, really making some moves there. Again, London, better in the half-court offense, and then on a few opportunities, guys like Garrett Williamson have really been able to push it. We've seen Marvin Phillips get to the rim. A few of those things you have to see from London moving forward if they want to really kind of attack the streak they've been on.
Leading scorers so far in the first quarter for London: Marvin Phillips, 5 points, 2 rebounds. Jalen Bab Harrison with 4 points. Mo Bolden with 3. Those are your only scores for London. Denzel Taylor off to a great start for Moncton. 4 points, 4 rebounds. Nick Evans, 3 points, 2 rebounds. 2 points from McCullough, 1 point from Allman. So again, a bit of a slower start than we're used to seeing in NBL Canada, but again, kind of plays into what Moncton wants to do, but London's still having an effective half-court offense, haven't needed to run the floor too much, although you do kind of wonder maybe this is Moncton kind of playing a little bit coy right now.
Well, London's done it a bit, running the floor, I think, to give them some credit, but against a team like Moncton, you never want to be relying on your half-court offense against such a stingy defense.
And we're back out of that timeout. 5:49 remaining in the first quarter here. Moncton to inbound. Allman pumps, takes the three, and it's good. Corey Allman,
wow.
A big shot.
Calling the agent? I'm not sure what that was with the celebration. Call the agent, but that was great. Veteran play, too.
Williamson, no good, no foul either. Kicks it outside. Bab Harrison takes the shot. No good. Moncton collects. Moncton now, again, back in the lead at 13-12. Thomas sets up the offense. Works around a screen. Gets it knocked out of his hands by Phillips. Good play by the vet.
Nice play by Phillips because Nick Evans was rolling down the lane with nobody in the way. Getting his hand in the active really disrupted the play, and we got a side out of bounds.
And we've really seen a lot of Moncton's clear intent to have that pick and roll working with Nick Evans there.
Oh, beautiful.
And that was going to be Duke Mondi, who stepped into the game for Thomas. Duke Mondi, a former Cape Breton Highlander, making a shot first thing.
Love the old school elbow jump shot, especially if they're going to if the switch defender's going to stay back in the lane.
Garrett Williamson. And that's going to be an offensive foul pushed off there. McCullough got in the way.
You like the aggressiveness, but great play defensively.
Got play in control there. Also into the game, pardon me, I missed that one. Alex Johnson stepping in for the London Lightning.
Superman
Johnson. Former just about every team in the NBL.
Good to see him in London finally.
Yep. Former first overall pick in the NBL draft, too. Went to the Mississauga Power in that draft. McCullough can't make the shot. That's A.J. Gaines with the rebound. London in transition. Williamson tries to get around McCullough. Can't connect, but they're going to call a foul on McCullough.
Again, Garrett Williamson, we've seen it so often, and it's especially critical in this game. I know it sounds like I've been saying it every possession. Pushing the ball, getting to the rim.
I'm also going to correct myself before Twitter sends me a bunch of notifications. Alex Johnson, I believe, was a draft pick of the Ottawa Skyhawks, then went to the Mississauga Power.
Got to get in front of the story, Chris.
Yeah, got to get in front of the story there. Garrett Williamson at the line. Going to make the second. 15-14 for the Magic. Go ahead, Tom.
We saw it a little bit on the rebound. AJ Gaines can jump.
Oh, man, can you?
Folks.
One of the most athletic players in NBL and probably the best dunker already.
Tough
Long shot there from Almond. And Moncton collects. Maybe it was just an inbound. Right there we've got Duke Mondi. He's not going to make the shot either. London in transition again. Williamson. Back to Gaines. Back to Williamson. Cross-court pass to Johnson. London passing the ball a lot. This is Kirk Williams Jr. into the game. Superman Johnson back to Williams Jr. He's going to take the three. Unguarded, and he makes no mistake. Kirk Williams Jr. Moncton working the ball around again. That's Ndondo looking for a pass. Mondi inside. Great pass, and that's going to be a great finish there from Denzel Taylor.
Old school man ball when you're playing defense. Just got caught looking the wrong way.
Here's Alex Johnson. Tries to spin off Evans and makes the circuit shot. Superman! Duke Mondi over to Taylor. Allman works around the screen. Top of the key jumper, no good. And that's going to be an out of bounds on the London Lightning. A couple more substitutions here for London. Got Marvell Waith and Marcus Capers stepping into the game. Interesting with Doug Herring leaving just before this game, actually. The guy he was traded for, Marvell Waith, now in the lineup for London, as Corey Allman's going to finish that shot.
Good athletic beat for the London Lightning.
And obviously Moncton, a big loss anytime you lose a guy of Doug Herring's caliber as well.
Yeah, folks in London know that.
Johnson's going to take the three, no good. Moncton collects. Here's Mondi. We're going to have a foul there on Denzel Taylor, I believe, so that's going to come back the other way now.
Looks like a moving screen, Chris.
I would say so. Nick Evans going to come to the game for Taylor. That's going to be 2 fouls early for Taylor. Waith trying to work around Evans. Oh, passed it to nobody. He passed it left. Capers went right.
Zig and a zag.
Here's Duke Mondi. Tough screen from Evans. Johnson fights through it, though. Goes through the screen again. Inside, and Ndondo looking to finish, and he gets it. That's Joel Ndondo with the bucket.
Great patience on the pick and roll by Moncton.
21-19 for Moncton. Final 2 minutes of the quarter. Alex Superman Johnson works a two-man game with Kirk Williams. Doesn't work. Waith, the tough three. That's not going to go in. Great rebound from Gaines, who gets it knocked away. Finishes A.J. Gaines.
The second jump, Chris, to get back up there and put in the layup after getting it knocked out. Just incredible.
And really lucky that he didn't hit his head on the rim. That guy can jump. They're going to discuss if this was on the floor or if this was a shooting foul.
Chris, I think I saw the ref indicate it was good.
I think we got one ref said it was on the floor, one said it was a shooting foul, so they're going to discuss this.
Classic situation.
Yeah. Happens about 1 million times in a basketball game.
Again, one of the toughest games to really referee, Chris, is basketball.
So many moving pieces. These guys they're going to say the three's good, so Moncton getting a nice little boost for the 4-point play opportunity then. Another switch here for the Moncton Magic as Isaiah Tate comes into the game for Almond.
Actually, Chris, they're going to say it was a three-pointer.
They're saying it was a three, but not a shooting foul?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Okay, Moncton's going to work it inside to Evans. Waith clearly trying to force him to the baseline. Evans does not do it. He doesn't bite, and he's going to get the finish. Nick Evans.
Hakeem Olajuwon, Chris? The fadeaway jump shot from Nick Evans really showing a developed game.
Marvell Waith getting harassed by Evans. Harassed by everyone on Moncton. He's going to get fouled. Marvell Waith to the free throw line for London. Magic opening up a nice little gap here, 26-21.
You like that from Waith. You see Taylor already on the bench with 2. Nick Evans really the other big who's going to get a lot of minutes. You know, he might be taking it to you a bit on the offensive end. You got to take it to him as well, the other end, drawing the foul.
And it hasn't been so much lately, but Nick Evans has previously in the league had a history of fouls.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad guy to go after. Waith makes the first. And finishes the second. No one over 5 points for London, but 8 players have scored a bucket. And now Kirk Williams Jr. is going to pick off the ball.
Great defense.
Here's Alex Johnson the other way. He's just fouled there by Mondi.
That seemed like the, that could be a bad situation going the other way. I'm going to foul him.
I'm not sure it would have been that bad a situation going the other way, though. I don't know about that foul.
It's a little, we'll see. A vet might call it that, though, Chris.
Fair. Gaines working it over to Waith. Waith step back jumper. No good. Moncton collects. Here's Ndondo. Jason Kalist into the game for Moncton. Sends it across to Mondi as he sets up the offense. Kalist, he's going to take the 3. No good. Popped up ball. London gets it. Marcus Capers spins off 2 defenders, but he loses the handle. Tate back the other way.
Oh,
and
nice
he just
play.
gives it right back. 25 seconds left. London taking their time, setting up for the last shot of the quarter.
Got an advantage.
Oh, they should have gone quicker there.
No.
They had the opportunity. 4 on 5.
It was Mondi caught back.
Yep. At the same time, setting up for the last shot isn't a bad idea either. Waith thinks 3, doesn't take it. Kirk Williams Jr. does. Bang! Huge shot from Kirk Williams Jr. right before the buzzer. And heading into the first quarter, the London Lightning have tied it 26-26 thanks to the huge three-point shot from Marvell Waith.
Which, by Kirk Williams and Marvell Waith.
Pardon me.
And Marvell Waith, though, the reason you're probably saying him is because he had the 3-point sign up even before the ball was in.
So the London Lightning make a nice finish there to tie up with the Moncton Magic. The 12-3 Moncton Magic, again, had a very strong start to this game. So have the London Lightning. Both teams kind of feeling each other out during that quarter. I wouldn't say either team really set the pace at all.
Yeah, I think both teams, you know, they talk in boxing, styles make fights. I feel like that was that first round where, you know, how's the counterpuncher going to go compared to the brawler? How's the fast transition team going to go against the grinded out 90s Knicks? The 99 Spurs, you know, so definitely a feeling out process. If you're Moncton, that's a low scoring quarter in 2019 basketball.
Especially in NBL Canada.
Yeah, especially in NBL Canada. So that's the score line you want to see coming out of the first quarter. If you're London, though, there were some bright spots. You had some aggressive plays to the rim, some transition attacks. You're making some threes, so you're going to spread out that really tight, stingy defense. I feel like I'm saying stingy a lot, but it's really the truth when it comes to Moncton.
Yeah, both teams over 40% shooting for the quarter. London 40% from three-point land as well. Really, Moncton, you got to look at the free throws. You know, I know it's only 2 points that they're off by, but you really want to start making those free throws as the game comes on. Those become more important as you keep going. Otherwise, almost dead even across the board. Rebounds, a 13-13 tie. Offensive rebounds, you've got Moncton leading by 1. Defensive rebounds, you've got London leading by 1. The assist number is identical, so both teams really just doing the same thing in the entire quarter.
I got to say, you talk about the free throws for Moncton. We're talking about a team that is second in the attempts per game from the line, but 8th in the league when it comes to actually making them. So something to keep note of. It's definitely been a trend for the Moncton Magic. Chris, I believe the saying is, kids, you got to make your free throws. And we're going to see if Moncton can maybe improve upon that differential going on in this game.
Okay, we're going to come back here for the second quarter. Just going to clarify, Moncton trying to collect, and they do. Tate looking for an outlet. Moncton takes it back outside. Mondi resetting the offense. Kalist, another attempt. Open three, no good. Back the other way is the London Lightning.
I like Mondi going right back to him, though, after the miss.
Shooter's got to shoot. Waith outside to Johnson, loses the handle. Jumps into Nick Evans there. They're not going to call a foul. Back the other way is Moncton. Gaines goes for the steal, misses. Kalist outside. Tate open three. Another open three-pointer for Moncton, but again, cannot convert. Capers just slowing the game down here. Saw London getting a little scatterbrained. Kirk Williams Jr. just plain loses the handle there as Moncton's going to get a gimme.
Everybody take a breath. We've had a few missed shots here. We've had a few sloppy plays. Take a breath.
Again, a lot of turnover at point guard for Moncton. Duke Mondi, a new addition to the team. Has some big shoes to fill with Jahi Carson and Doug Aaron Jr. Tough defense. They're going to force the over and back. Great defense from the London Lightning. That was Kirk Williams Jr. and Xavier Moon.
See, and you can see Mondi letting his teammates know, hey, I had nowhere to get rid of that ball to. Great defense and awareness defensively by the Lightning to force the trap.
Xavier Moon looking for an opening. Breaks down Mondi, kicks it out, gains the shot, no good. Moon collects. Back around to Marvell Waith, he'll take a shot. No good. Moncton this time collects. Denzel Taylor with another rebound.
Taylor doing all the dirty work, Chris.
And another steal there. And London with the slam. Marcus Capers. Huge play to get the fans out their seat here. A little bit more energy injected back into Bud Gardens.
I mean, we're talking about a guy, Marcus Capers. These previous London Lightning teams are so good at pushing the pace, turning defense into offense. Marcus Capers, that was second nature to him.
And London again putting a lot of pressure on Moncton defensively. Denzel Taylor loses the ball. Another turnover. London back the other way. London in transition. Xavier Moon feeds it to Waith. He finishes at the rim. Tough shot from Marvell Waith. And London going for another steal, but a little too eager that time as Capers going to commit the foul.
Chris, that's exactly what I was talking about in the pregame. Turning some, being active in the passing lanes, attacking in transition. Like I said, Capers, he's a veteran of this Lightning team. He knows what to do. And that was another case where Moon being active. Listen, there's a bit of a size disadvantage. Moncton been trying to take advantage of that, but how London can counteract is by having activity, being all over the floor and aggressive.
31-28, London Lightning leading the Moncton Magic. Moncton Magic, the top team in NBL Canada. Here's Thomas. Working around Kalist inside. Denzel Taylor spins, and no good. McCullough collects, though. Moncton with an extra opportunity. Another offensive rebound for Moncton. They've been collecting a lot of those tonight. Tate just goes straight to the rim, loses the handle, but they're going to call a foul there. I believe that'll be on Gaines.
It's actually interesting. Moncton, not necessarily the best team with offensive rebounding, but tonight they're finding the formula to really get those extra possessions. And when you're trying to have such a slow game, last thing you need is Moncton to milk another 24 off the shot clock.
And that was Denzel Taylor with a rebound earlier. He's got 7 already for Moncton to go along with 6 points. So that's 9 offensive rebounds for Moncton in a quarter and a bit, really.
Again, like I said, that helps them set the tempo of the game, which, with this difference of styles in this game, is so critical.
This is Isaiah Tate at the free throw line.
And same with free throws, Chris, because now you're allowed, now if you're Moncton, you get to set your defense. And now if you're London, you got to face a really good set defense.
Moncton, one of the top defensive teams in NBL Canada, but London hasn't let up at all. Kirk Williams Jr., no finish. Here's Thomas the other way. Tries to ditch Xavier Moon, no luck. They're going to say that's off of the London Lightning.
Chris, you know, you talk about London keeping touch, though. If I'm Joe Salerno right now, I'm saying my defense has more staying power than 40% shooting three.
Here's Tate again, kicks it outside to Thomas. Deep three, no good. London fighting for that ball. Just about take some chairs out in the front row there, but luckily they let up just in time. That's going to be a Lightning ball.
Also, I'm sure Coach Salerno was like, maybe make one of those threes. Just maybe make one of those threes. They've had a number of wide open attempts.
2 of 12 from three-point land for the Moncton Magic. London, 4 of 12 themselves. They've gone a little bit cold from long range. Here's London back down the floor. Xavier Moon. Just about every possession starts with him. He'll be looking to add 2 more points. Cuts right to the rim, has space, finishes. Xavier Moon, an excellent play.
Listen, we know the bloodlines with regards to the Moon family. You're seeing the athleticism here. Just blew past his man to get to the rim.
Tate, another corner three, makes it this time. A huge bucket as the Magic pull even. Moon feeds it to Waith. He's got space if he wants to go after McCullough. Turnaround jumper, no good. Moon tries to finish, can't. Back the other way, Thomas and the Magic. Inside to Taylor. Gets position, can't finish though. London back the other way.
Great defense in the post by Marvin Phillips.
Inside. That's going to be a tough finish from Marcus Capers. Another huge play from the vet. Moncton again slowing the pace right back down. Thomas works around a screen, makes the jumper. Excellent bucket for the Moncton Magic.
Again, Tony Parker.
A very Spurs-like team here for Moncton.
Yes.
We're not just talking about the colors on the jerseys. Here's Marvell Waith. Tries to spin around McCullough.
Just getting all of the Moncton Magic in foul trouble right now.
Hey, why not?
They're really struggling to contain his length and his quickness out in the perimeter.
And again, Marvell Waith, the player that Moncton traded to acquire the rights for Doug Herring Jr.
Might have a little thing to prove.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can play your old team, you kind of want to roast them a bit. Bolden back into the game for the Lightning. Williamson. Down low to Capers. Nice pass from Capers. Bolden's open. Can't make it, though. He gets his own rebound.
Oh, nice pass.
Inside Phillips. Tries to finish. Makes it. Marvin Phillips.
I mean, we talked about development of Nick Evans, but we also can talk about the development of Mo Bolden. That would have been a forced shot about 2-3 years ago, but that was a beautiful pass to Phillips.
Evans, he's going to have an answer right back down the court. Tie game again. 6 minutes left in the quarter.
As Evans shows his offense.
Bolden working on McCullough. Takes the jumper and makes it right in the eye of McCullough. Nice little stare down to the Moncton bench there.
Just reminding him he's got that in his game.
Here's Thomas back down the floor working around an Evans screen. Goes inside. Tough finish and makes it.
Seemed like slow motion, but, you know, some of the great point guards really are able to control their pace like that, and really a beautiful finish.
Now here's the opposite of slow motion, Xavier Moon. He's going to work on McCullough. Bounces off his foot to Bolden. Phillips, tough shot, blocked by Evans. London gets the ball back, but with only 2 on the shot clock. We're going to have immediate timeout here. 2 on the shot clock left for London in this possession. 5:14 left in the quarter. London and Moncton tied 39-39. Tom, coming out of basically the start of this quarter to here, who's really stood out for you for Moncton?
Well, if we're looking at Moncton, I think Mondi's been really great. Thomas, we're really talking about their point guards. We're looking at a score. Yes, it's a tie game, but if you're Moncton on the road against a team that has traditionally put up points in bunches in the London Lightning, you're at 39-39. Very much the Moncton type of score line or pace that you'd like to see. And I think it's the point guards that are a big part of it. I also got to give Coach Salerno credit for going to his big man and Nick Evans, who's really been impressive on both ends.
Leading scorers so far, Duke Mondi and Nick Evans both have 7 points to lead the Moncton Magic. Denzel Taylor leading with 7 rebounds, and your assist leader is a tie between Denzel Taylor and Wayne McCullough with 2 assists each. For London, all but one player has a point in this game, which just speaks to the depth that the London Lightning have. Leading scorer Marvin Phillips, 7 points. He's also their leading rebounder at 3. Kirk Williams Jr. also at 6 points. Then Maurice Bolden, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists.
I just got to, again, we talk about pace setting. A lot. I obviously talk about the point guards, but I really want to get back to the full fact of Nick Evans. And, a lot of the times sending it to your big man. Shaq would love this game. You're sending it to the big man, really setting the tone down there. Check the air on the basketball down low. Take some time off. Really force some of the smaller bigs on London to really defend.
Evans averaging 11 points per game this season. We've seen him really go from, that energy big off the bench to a key piece to a lot of good teams in NBL Canada.
Very true, Chris.
5:14 left in the game. Tie game between the London Lightning and the Moncton Magic. 39-39, London to inbound with 2 seconds left on the shot clock after a block by Nick Evans that knocked the ball out of bounds. Moon gets free, has to take a quick shot. He takes it. Can't make it. Loose ball. No one able to collect on London. Moncton back the other way. McCullough slows it right back down. Pull up three. And makes it. Huge shot from McCullough.
That was one where I think the coach goes, no, nice shot.
Maybe a bit of an answer to the Bolden 3 that was made in front of McCullough not that long ago.
Early in the clock, but hey, if you're going to make the shot, take as many as you want.
Coach isn't going to have hair for long with shots like that, but I mean, if he makes it, you're happy anyway. Williamson to inbound here. Moon collects. Bolden inside to Phillips. Kicks it right back out to Williamson. Great ball movement from London. Deep 3 from Bolden. No good. Side of the backboard is Tate. Chases it down. Stays in bounds. Or maybe he didn't. We're going to have an out of bounds here from the ref.
Chris, do we have the notorious London sideline?
Well, it's not the same as the usual London sideline out of bounds call. That would be the corner 3 where they just clip their heel every time.
True.
I don't think London very happy, or Moncton, pardon me. It was the back ref who made that call.
Very good. Very good point.
Williamson cutting to the rim. Ball just ends up in front of Marvin Phillips. Kicks it to Moon. Working around and finishes. Great play by Xavier Moon.
I love the ball movement that set up that play where Xavier Moon could attack the closeout, Chris.
London just really active moving the ball around. Ball's going to end up loose here. Marvin Phillips chasing it down. It's going to be a wide open 3 for Moon. Hesitates. I think he knocked himself out of rhythm. I think he knocked himself out of rhythm there.
Pull up. Just pull up.
Great pass from Tate, but Evans can't collect, and London's going to go back the other way.
You can actually see Nick Evans motioning, don't throw me the bullet, throw me the lob.
Gotcha.
Especially when, sorry, Chris, just when you've got the big man there, you're really looking to, you're not trying to throw him.
He's got the height advantage there. Yeah. Why not throw it up?
But you're also not trying to throw him a bullet.
Duke Mondi back into the game for Moncton. It's Corey Almond also in.
Oh,
tough finish there from Xavier Moon. He's really stepped up in the back half of this quarter.
Maybe he's heard you got to get to the rim in this game.
Small lineup with a lot of shooters on the floor here for Moncton. Mondi over to Allman. Jalen Bab Harrison covering him tightly. Mo Bolden double team, forces the turnover. Pardon me, that's going to go out of bounds. That'll be a Moncton ball there. McCullough to inbound.
And you know what, Chris? That's not just good defense. That's also helping you go attack in transition and avoid going against a set defense.
We're going to have a timeout here as we head into the last little bit of this quarter here. Again, interesting to see Duke Mondi coming into this game, Corey Allman coming into this game. It almost makes you think Moncton's looking for just a really strong finish here. Haven't been able to make 3 balls all game, though. Still not shooting at a great clip. 4 of 14 on the night. London 4 of 16.
Yeah, that's where a case of one thing's going to stay consistent. Defense shouldn't slip, or is less likely to slip than going 40% early on and maintaining that percentage. As you can see, though, London has found other ways to score. They've attacked the rim. Great ball movement to lead to attacking the rim and driving the lane. And that's really allowed them to have the 1-point lead going into the later half of the second quarter.
Just to show you the difference between one team being stronger in transition, another team looking to play the half court more. Points off of turnovers. It's 7 turnovers for London, 9 turnovers for Moncton. Moncton's only got 2 points off of turnovers, though, because, again, they're a team that kind of likes to slow it down, whereas London, the transition team, 13 points off turnovers.
I agree, and the other stat I look at there, Chris, is points in the paint. They've come very different ways. London's through transition, Moncton through a lot of activity, pick and roll.
Otherwise, everything's just about even. Moncton 22-20 in the rebound game, and then London and Moncton both at 10 assists each.
Great out-of-bounds play.
They hadn't even cleared the court yet, and Moncton's already got points on the board. Great play by Moncton.
Allen spin around, and then Nick Evans leaning to the rim. Great play.
Williamson can't make the jumper. Phillips collects. He's going to get fouled there by Nick Evans.
That was a man's rebound, Chris.
That was Marvin Phillips just with determination.
That was Marvin Phillips with the determination. We've seen it so many times. He's not necessarily the tallest player out there, but, man, when he wants a rebound, there aren't many guys who I would want or take their side in a bet against Marvin Phillips and getting a rebound.
You know, Phillips has got kind of an interesting NBL career. Obviously, he's got a ton of accolades during his time with the London Lightning, but also the fact that his role's been different just about every time he signed with them. You think back to when he first signed under the Michael Ray Richardson teams, he was basically looked at as the offensive catalyst. When he came back and played for the Cal Julius teams, you saw him taking the role of more of a wing player. And then you also go back to the Carlos Knox London Lightning team where he was essentially their center. So just about every time he signed with London, he's had a different role. Now we see him as kind of that energy guy off the bench, but he's also able to play as a starter too.
He's shown such great versatility, Chris. I'd also say it shows the evolution of this league.
We're going to have Moncton here. McCullough looking to cut in. Can't finish. London rebounds and has it back. This is Jalen Babb Harrison. Deep three. No good. Early in the shot clock, too. Moncton back the other way.
Mismatch.
They had that mismatch down low. Instead, he passes out of it. Thomas pump fakes. Tries to cut in, forces a shot.
Great defense by Mo Bolden. Hands straight up vertical.
And that leads to London in transition here. Jalen Babb Harrison outside to Bolden. London looking to bleed some time off the clock here. Xavier Moon. Jumper, top of the key. No good. And back the other way are the Magic. McCullough looks to go hard to the rim. Defended well by Bolden. Kicks it outside. Thomas the three. No good. London back the other way. Williamson gets fouled by Almond. Probably a good foul to take there. London would have been in a very good spot in transition there.
And again, allows you, if you're Moncton, set up your defense.
A minute 44. We have a 44-44 game.
Again, Chris, this is the type of scoreline, other than Moncton being up 20, that they would want to see. Low scoring going into half. Obviously, you never know. There could be an explosion of points here as soon as I say it, but a 44-44 game on the road. You got to be happy if you're Coach Joe Salerno at this point.
Into the game for London, Superman Johnson, as well as Josiah Moore. And Johnson's going to get fouled by Ndondo, who's also into the game.
I mean, if you're the London Lightning, you're hoping this is going to be a little bit more like a 55 56. So if you're the Moncton Magic, this has got to feel good controlling the pace right now.
We often talk in basketball that you kind of ideally want to keep a team to under 25 points in a quarter. London has so far been doing that, but unfortunately they haven't been able to score enough themselves to give that any sort of a gap. Superman Johnson, no good. Moncton back the other way. Allman getting swiped at there by Josiah Moore. We're gonna have a foul on the floor there.
Chris,
Moncton
you want to talk some guards that I would trust with the ball. Allman, Mundy, and Thomas. They've been absolutely great at setting the pace in this game and helping set up their teammates.
Minute 11 here in the game. Joe Salerno, I believe, wants to talk this out with his gentleman here. What kind of a play do you see drawn up here for Moncton? Who would you give the ball to in this situation?
Any of those three guards I just mentioned. Let them create off the bounce. Again, their pick and roll offense has been really good. Nick Evans has been great at diving to the rim. I would look at any of those three guys, try to see if you can create maybe a mismatch if London is aggressive on switches, which seems to be how they countered some of that early success by Moncton on the pick and roll. We'll see if they have a counter to the London counter.
Mondi 3 of 4 shooting, but hasn't really taken a shot in a while. I might look his way, see if the hand's still hot.
And even if it's a case, maybe if a guy isn't shooting as well, getting him to the line, getting him involved, maybe making a layup, that can be sometimes what you need to. If he's gone maybe without getting the basketball for a little bit, maybe drawing something up so it gets him to the rim. Even if he doesn't make it, get his free throws, kind of keep the feel of the game going.
I also feel like with Salerno, they've had that pick and roll between Thomas and Evans work so many times. He doesn't want to go to it too much because he wants to save it for later. But this might be one of those opportunities he looks to take advantage of.
Well, they just had a great out-of-timeout play with regards to Evans diving to the rim on some tricky side action. We'll see if they go to it again.
Allman's going to pull up. Don't think that was the play, and London's going to get the ball. Did have Evans open in the corner for the 3.
I think London blew up a lot of that main action, Chris.
Johnson kicks it outside. Bolden thinks about it. He's going to work on Nick Evans here. Back to Johnson. Around to Phillips. Tough shot. Not much time on the shot clock either. Big shot there. Josiah Moore taking a hit. Moncton back the other way. And there's a big bucket there. Duke Mondi getting back on the scoring sheet. Superman Johnson almost loses the handle there, poked away. Johnson fouled there by Thomas. Moncton over the limit, so this will be free throws.
I didn't see a lot of movement beyond there with the Lightning, and that's what's got to concern you if you're the Lightning going forward. Didn't see a lot of movement out of guys like Phillips, Moore, Williamson. You want to see a little bit more keeping the other defenders on Moncton worried about you and not so eager to help because they know you're not moving.
(47-46). Tough screen from Nick Evans as Thomas cuts right down the floor, blocked by Mo Bolden. Scramble as Corey Allman's going to take the ball out and settle down again.
That was the Nick Evans we remember.
6 seconds left on the clock. Moncton looking for a bucket. Allman turnover. London not a lot of time here. 0.9 seconds to get a shot off. And Bolden's just going to give it up there. Almost makes it on the just for fun attempt. And the Moncton Magic are going to head into the locker room with the lead here, 47-46 for the Magic. Tom, out of that half, what'd you like?
If you're the Lightning, definitely showed some glimpses of what the formula is for a win, getting to the rim. And if you're Moncton, this is exactly what you wanted going into the half. You've got to lead on the road in a low-scoring game.
Yeah, you're holding a very offense-oriented team in London to under 50.5. That's a good look for the Moncton Magic. Leading scorers in the game so far, Duke Mondi at 10 points for the Magic, Nick Evans 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and then Denzel Taylor leading the way with 7 rebounds, Gentry Thomas with 5. He also leads the team with 4 assists. London Lightning, you've got Marvin Phillips, 8 points, 4 rebounds. For London, you also have Xavier Moon, 6 points, and 6 points from Kirk Williams Jr. as well, who we didn't really see a lot of in that second quarter. We're going to come back after halftime. We'll be back for London Lightning basketball, brought to you by Cujo Entertainment. It's 47-46 for the Moncton Magic over the London Lightning. And we're back, 47-46 for the Moncton Magic at the half. They're going to start off with the ball here as we get into the second half of this game between London and Moncton. This is Thomas setting up the offense for Moncton, working around a screen. Evans takes the three, makes it. He hasn't made one yet, but he's able to finish that time as Moncton up 50-46.
Nick Evans is making threes now? Unbelievable.
Xavier Moon working around. Bolden trying to find something, but Denzel Taylor blocks him adequately there. Garrett Williamson inside. Phillips turns it over. McCullough now with the ball.
Watch Almond.
Wide open three for Almond. He's unable to convert. A rough night from three-point land. Almond can't finish that one either. Tip out. Moncton again, another offensive rebound. Moncton resetting the offense. This is Thomas. Thomas trying to shake Williamson, dribbles it off his foot there. 5 on the shot clock. McCullough cutting to the rim, finishes and one. Huge play there from McCullough.
Like the aggressiveness from McCullough. Very versatile player, Chris. Really seen him on the perimeter and also driving the lane. Very nice play.
Very quick timeout there. London obviously not getting the start to that half that they were looking for. Moncton pulling ahead to a 52-46 lead.
It's funny, Chris, we were looking at the halftime at kind of the difference between the two teams and a lot of these stats. Mirror images, really quite remarkable. Hence why it was so close going into half.
Yeah, rebound battle 30-25 for Moncton. Even offensive, defensive rebounds, not a huge gap between them. You're looking at 12 offensive for Moncton, 10 for London, then 18 defensive rebounds for Moncton, 15 for London. Just about every stat category, though, you're looking at a difference of maybe like 2 to 3 in each category. Just a very tight game.
And I know we talked throughout this game, and it's going to continue, folks. The actual pace of the entire game and the scoring pace. This is the scoring pace that Moncton loves to see.
And again, a quick timeout. Anytime you call a timeout this quickly at the half,
yep,
you know you came out with some fire there. So Moncton off to a great start here.
You never want to be the team that gives the first timeout coming into the game or the half.
Although I do think it was a very smart call there by London to call it that quickly rather than let it get any worse.
Yeah,
so
you don't want to let
right out of the half.
Don't want to let it build up. By the way, what a strong finish by McCullough. You could see from our position, Chris, that was a legitimate hack he took on the arm there. And to still finish and go for the end one, really impressive play.
So here's Wayne McCullough looking for the three-point play. Can't convert. Moncton aggressively goes after that, but London collects. Here's Garrett Williamson. Works around Marvin Phillips. Williamson double teamed. That's going to be a foul there on McCullough reaching in. Williamson to inbound. Here's Xavier Moon. Almost crosses over Thomas. Cuts around the corner.
Swings
Great
it.
passing. Swings it around to Williamson. Big three from Garrett Williamson. Gets London right back into this game. Now only 3 down. 52-49 for the Magic.
Textbook offense, Chris. Kick it, swing, give up a good shot for a great shot.
Williamson, not a guy who shoots a ton of threes, but showed no hesitation on that one. Tough defense from Williamson on that play, but Thomas able to finish.
Crafty finish, using the rim really to actually block out Williamson's attempt to defend the rim.
Moon working on Allman. Turns the corner, but nothing going. This is Bab Harrison trying to get down the lane. It's just erased by Nick Evans. Not today. Nick Evans just taking the ball right out of his hands. Here's McCullough. Trying to work around the London defense. He's going to get fouled again, so he's going to go back to the free throw line.
McCullough very crafty getting to the line there again. Great footwork. A guy like Garrett Williamson, you have to think, appreciates that type of footwork. Very similar. Also, Nick Evans, a lot of the old school guys out there are going to love the fact that not only did he block, he kept possession. It didn't go 5 feet into the 10th row, which sometimes can send a message. I don't hate it, but you also like it when your big man can keep possession of the ball and ignite the team the other way.
Well, I'd say we see keep possession as if, like, you know, when maybe a couple bounces away.
That was
he just
held
took it. He took
it.
it.
Those are my cookies.
McCullough is going to make his shots. 56-49. We've got another substitution. This is Jason Caliste coming into the game for the Magic, the former KW Titan.
Good early minutes from McCullough.
It's almost a quick strike from Moncton, the way they say, get your points and get off. Bolden looking for an opening, attacking Den Taylor. There's no bucket. Foul on the floor. London maintaining possession here. Looked like that was for Bolden, but he didn't get open there. Phillips working around. Bolden gets the ball back, one-on-one with Taylor. Passes out to Moon. Moon shot. No good. I do. Thomas got a hand on it. Phillips fighting to save possession. There goes. It was out of bounds.
Again, everybody getting minutes. We got a substitution for Moncton.
This is going to be, I believe, pardon me, that's not Dondo.
Asamoah.
That's going to be Asamoah back into the game. Corey Allman pumps. No bite from Gaines, who's also in the game. Asamoah going to get fouled there.
See, if I'm a player, and, you know, again, I say this, refereeing basketball is one of those things. Call it early. It was a late call. You could see the frustration from Mo Bolden there. It was a clear foul, though. Don't be mistaken.
So Asamoah going to make the first. No good on the second, but Moncton's going to collect. Evans down low on Phillips. Spin move, ditches him. Can't finish, but Asamoah with the putback.
That was just hustle, Chris.
Here's Mo Bolden. Foul on Asamoah.
Chris, we're talking about hustle. That's why you start to build out a 10-point lead. Plays like that, getting those second chance opportunities.
Here's keepers. Bolden just drives the lane. Oh.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Chris. Uh-oh.
I believe that's Asamoah on the floor there. Asamoah getting up now.
Obviously hoping for the best here, Chris.
He's able to get up under his own power.
Great sign.
Again, a scary moment here. As Asamoah receiving medical attention here from the staff at Bud Gardens.
Again, we just wanted to give some time there. Obviously, let that situation develop. Good to see him walking, Chris.
Yeah, he's going to walk off under his own power, too.
That's a great sign. You hope for the best here. Good round of applause here from the Lightning fans. I think everybody respects that this is a serious game.
It's reminiscent of last year, if you recall. Marcus Capers took a very big hit. Reminiscent there, but in this case, Asamoah able to walk to the locker room himself.
Maxwell.
Stephen Maxwell, too. That's another one that was a scary one.
So good to see him walking on his own power and let everybody get composed here for a second and get the game back going. Again, good to kind of let the situation develop there and see that the medical professionals were able to check everything out.
So with that and a little bit of a net adjustment as well, the Magic up 59-49 to the London Lightning here. 8:22 left in the third quarter. For those just tuning in, a bit of a scary moment there with Asamoah on the Magic. Looked like a collision between Nick Evans, Mo Bolden, and Asamoah.
I'll be honest, I didn't see it, Chris. I didn't see it. I just saw him on the ground and knew something wasn't right.
Yeah, he unfortunately looked like he may have lost consciousness, but he was able to walk to the locker room on his own. And we're back as Gaines is going to take the jumper. He's going to get the and one call as well. So that's going to give London a chance to crawl back this lead here.
Obviously, the Asamoah stuff is very serious, and that really trumps the game of basketball. But you're going to have to see if Moncton can get their focus back. Obviously, you're worried about your teammate, one of your brothers on the floor. But back at it, and let's see how the rest of this game goes, Chris.
So again, 8:14 left in the quarter here. The Moncton Magic looking to open up their lead some more, up 59-52. This is Thomas. He's going to go inside but can't convert, but he will draw a foul, so that'll send him to the line for two.
Coach Salerno here really leaning on three-guard lineups. You're starting to see that a little bit more in the NBA, and it's interesting to see it here in the NBL. Space the floor, have somebody who can create every edge of the floor, right, on each side.
And we have
really
seen
good strategy.
Like I think of the Coach Julius Lightning teams where they weren't so much point guards, but you were looking at wing,
somebody who
center.
Can create. Somebody who can create at every spot on the floor.
But it's interesting because Moncton's got a twist on it because they do have a more traditional big in the center for this.
Tough
Gaines
shot.
Not going to get the shot or the foul, and that's Moncton back the other way. Nick Evans. He's pulled up from three before. I don't think he's going to do it that time, though. Allman. Double team coming. Able to squeeze out of it. Find Kalist, who's open. Pump fake, shoots, misses. There was one on the shot clock there. Not much opportunity. London back the other way. Capers kicks it out. London working it around. Bolden inside to Gaines. Gaines just charges at Evans. Can't finish, but he'll go to the line.
So we've seen 3 possessions out of Gaines here, Chris. 2 of them have ended up with him at the line because he was aggressive, using his athleticism, where many times all you can do is reach his elbow because he's so dang high in the air, compared to the one where it wasn't as successful, where he's fading away. I like his aggressiveness going to the rim. A lot of times you can't help but foul him because of athleticism is so explosive.
And again, when you have his leaping ability, the highest point where you're taking that jump shot from,
can't reach
essentially
it.
the defender's just going to be swatting your elbows, so you might as well get aggressive, get into the defender's face when you're going to take that shot. Thomas back the other way here for Moncton. 7:13 to go, 61-54, Moncton. Evans tries to go inside. They're going to say that's a kickball on Kirk Williams Jr.
Actually, foul, Chris. They're going to say he gave him a push.
Okay, Thomas to inbound here for Moncton. Evans, the crowd thinking he might have got away with one there.
Look at the
He's
defense.
Aggressive.
Oh!
Pops Kirk Williams Jr. Kirk Williams Jr. takes the hit and the ball as London's going to get possession off that.
Kirk Williams being the vet, not getting into the extra stuff after the whistle, but this is a bit of the Nick Evans we're used to seeing, aggressive, really bringing up the tension in the game.
Kind of want to go back to Kirk there. I remember a time in NBL Canada when he would have reacted to something like that, so Kirk Williams Jr. showing that veteran poise. Bolden trying to get around Evans. Nice spin move, can't finish. They're going to call the foul on Evans there.
Of course, this is not a position Nick Evans isn't used to. I think he's worn the black hat a few times in NBL arenas, but you like how London has attacked him. Where's he at foul-wise, Chris?
I was going to say, here's the problem for Moncton. That's the 5th on Nick Evans.
That's
and you
huge.
still have a quarter and a half to play. He's been very effective, not just scoring. He is their leading scorer at 12 points, but also what he's opened up in terms of the attention he's drawn. So that's a huge loss for Moncton.
Well, they've been going with a 3-big rotation here, and you've basically cut one off until maybe midway through the 4th quarter. Huge play for both teams. London Lightning looking to benefit from it.
Now Mondi trying to maintain this gap. Khalees back to Mondi. Mondi calling for help. Taylor just ditches both defenders, gets some space for himself, and Dondo takes the jumper, can't make it. AJ Gaines down the floor now. Bolden trying to maintain his speed, harassed by Moncton's defense. Capers trying to reset. Great pass from Williams Jr. London working it around. Bolden maybe had the shot but moved it. Williams Jr. is going to finish though.
Classic case of giving up a good shot for a great one by Superman, feeding it to Kirk Williams, doing a great job cutting through the heart of the defense into the lane.
61-58, 5 minutes, 54 seconds. London clawing their way back. Capers forces the turnover. He's got to chase the ball, keeps it in. London can't recover.
London's going to keep
That's
it.
going to be a London ball, though.
That's
and
great
Dondo
hustle.
touched the ball diving for it, so London maintains possession.
You
Great
gotta
hustle
love
from both Kirk Williams Jr. and Marcus Capers on that play.
I got it. Yeah, exactly. 2 gold stars here. One, Marcus Capers doing a great job getting his hand in the lane, really causing, and then Kirk Williams Jr. getting some floor burn. That's what your teammates have got to love to see, and that's what helps you get back into a game, Chris.
London with a chance to bring this within 1. Bolden working on McCullough inside. Can't finish, but tip back goes in. 1-point game. London once down 10, now within spitting distance of the Moncton Magic. 61-60 here. Duke Mondi trying to open up this gap. McCullough takes a spill. Mondi works around a Taylor screen. Over to McCullough. Pushes off on Kirk Williams Jr., gets himself some space. Williams Jr. getting all up in McCullough's grill, and that's going to be a reach-in foul there as McCullough is going to maintain possession for Moncton.
You know, you almost love, even though it ended up in a foul, the energy on defense from the Lightning. Maybe sensing a bit of that Big Daddy momentum here, potentially swinging.
So 61-60, 14 on the shot clock, 5:09 in the game. Here's Mondi. McCullough open. Nice passing. Huge finish there. And that's Denzel Taylor. Taylor hasn't scored a point since the first quarter.
But he's been a great player for them.
But still leading the team in rebounds.
Yeah.
Superman Johnson working on Allman. Again, bothered by Moncton's defense. Big shot, Kirk Williams Jr. We'll see if they call that a 2 or a 3.
What a difference
Looks like
maker.
it's going to be a 3 there, 63 all.
What a difference maker, Kirk Williams on the floor right now.
Duke Mondi takes the jumper, no good. Superman Johnson collects, deep pass to Kirk Williams Jr. Another feed to Marcus Capers. London with all the energy now, erasing a 10-point gap to get themselves in the 65-63 lead, forcing Joe Salerno to take the timeout here. A crazy sequence for London.
They talk about, in baseball, 5-tool players. You want to talk about that with Marcus Capers right there. Bucket, pass, hustle, rebound, great defense. Just bringing everything to the table right now. Just energy in general. Also drawing fouls. The whole package right now, and really has changed the energy in this building and the energy of the London Lightning.
And London really fighting back in this game. Yep. Essentially, it's been no more than like a 4-point game up until Moncton opened up that 10-point gap. And London, completely unfazed, just erased that. They got some energy back into the crowd here too. So
Are we really surprised? Are we really surprised when you talk about guys like Marcus Capers, Kirk Williams Jr., who have all been here before, all know what it does to get a banner up in the Budweiser Gardens? Energy plays, veteran plays have made a huge difference, and here are the London Lightning up too.
Well, there's 4 banners in the rafters, but only 2 points separating these two teams, 65-63 for the London Lightning. 4:12 to go here in the third quarter. Keep an eye on the foul situation. Magic already over the limit. London, next foul puts them over. Wayne McCullough's going to inbound. He's got to wait for his teammates to come recognize where he is too. Here's Duke Mondi. Pressure defense from the London Lightning. They're going to call a foul there.
Lightning added, there seems to be an added quickness to their step, especially defensively, sliding quicker, getting up into the offensive players. Real impressive. But they got to be careful.
Foul.
But they got to be careful now because you're over the limit. The aggressiveness is great, but at a certain point it can start biting you in the backside if you start taking too many unnecessary fouls.
Yeah, it's a situation where you kind of are saying go play pressure, but you can't foul in that situation. Here's Superman Johnson, excuse me. Kirk Williams Jr. pump fakes. Gets around McCullough, can't finish at the rim though. Moncton back the other way. 1-on-3, Mondi takes the jumper and makes it.
1-on-3, and then he just said, I'm a veteran. I'm just going to bury this pull-up jumper. I have nobody with me. I might as well take it.
Bolden over to Capers. Deflected by Allman. Gaines recovers. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Back the other way is Moncton. This is Caliste. Across the court to Mondi. Covered by Alex Johnson. Mondi given space. Can't do anything with it. Works it back to McCullough. McCullough takes the quick shot. Only 4 on the shot clock. That's no good. Lightning back the other way. Gains to Capers with the slam.
Chris, we're seeing a big difference with Nick Evans out of the lineup. Moncton having a really tough time initiating offense without the big man to kind of stabilize the center of the offensive floor.
You know, London, nothing really to fear in the center of the court now with Evans out. And we've seen them more aggressively go into the rim.
And that's attacking that Moncton when the Lightning are on offense, and also defensively not being nearly as afraid without Nick Evans down in the post.
Gaines and Bolden take a seat. Williamson and Waith into the game. Allman double-teamed. Gets out of it. Mondi settles things back down. Cross-court, Kalist open for three. No good. I believe we're going to have a foul down in the paint between Waith and Denzel Taylor.
That was a classic case. Classic case where both guys had their hands up. It's
both
the other guy
innocent.
fouling me.
Both guys innocent.
It's the other guy who's fouling me.
They're going to decide the foul's on Waith and Denzel Taylor shooting two.
Well, given that Waith was looking at his own basket, probably the referee saw that. Not exactly a traditional box out.
Can't convert on the first. Got to make this free throw for the lead here for Moncton. Ref talking to Joe Salerno while Marvell Waith takes warm-up shots. Misses another shot. Still a tie game. Capers. Over to Williamson. Kirk Williams. Unable to finish. Waith gets the rebound, and he finishes. London back in the driver's seat. And we're going to see a timeout here on Moncton, I believe.
This is a timeout or a technical? They're calling a technical. So Marvell Waite got the basket and then tossed it back to the referee. Apparently, the referee at half court took that as maybe an unprofessional manner they tossed it back. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I saw Salerno make the tee, so that's why I thought he was calling a timeout there, but I guess he was calling for the technical.
Interesting call. Wade just looked around like, what? Not entirely sure. Interesting play.
Yeah, we'd have to see that one again. No good for Moncton there. Williams Jr. working it around. Superman pump fakes McCullough. Waith open for three. No good. And Moncton collects. Duke Mondi back down the floor. Kalist. Two-man game with McCullough. McCullough wide open, able to finish. Moncton back in the lead, 70-69. 1:42 left in the third quarter.
Great read by McCullough. Saw the defense shifting, took advantage of the open lane.
Garrett Williamson slowing things back down. Kirk Williams takes the shot. No good. Kalist back the other way. Nice pass from Kalist to Taylor. He's able to finish down low. Superman Johnson spinning around Allman. And that's going to be a foul on Allman. Superman makes the first. and makes the second 1-point game. Johnson almost steals the ball, but just ran out of real estate along the baseline there. And Moncton's going to get a second crack at this inbound. Mondi behind the back finds Denzel Taylor. He finishes. Just
Taylor's
like that, Moncton keeping that lead. 48 seconds. Garrett Williamson with a little bit of urgency in his step, finding Johnson. London working it around. Waith looking for a pass. Johnson collects and shoots. No good. Moncton back the other way. Mondi working on Gaines.
Watch Taylor backdoor, Chris.
McCullough gets around Waith. Gets it knocked out of his hand by Gaines. They're going to call a foul. Thomas into the game for the Magic. Allman going to take a seat. Xavier Moon also into the game now for London. McCullough misses the first.
Missed three throw aside. I really liked the opportunistic offense of McCullough in this game for the Magic. Been a really good complementary offensive player.
Hasn't really forced any of his buckets. He's just taken whatever the offense has given him. He's going to make the second. Moncton now at a 4-point lead, 75-71, 18 seconds left in the quarter. Williamson taking his time. Working around. Waith over to Phillips. Phillips with space. Can't finish, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Moncton Magic and London Lightning just in a great game right now. Moncton up 75-71 over the London Lightning. Tom, coming into this game, we thought it was going to be a defensive matchup. That's exactly what's happened. How has London been able to fight through that to maintain basically a small gap between them and the Magic?
Yeah, definitely a quarter of a few swings there from going to 10 to even to a little bit Lightning lead down, back to 4 at this point. Really the big thing has been that bench unit, Williams, Capers, really showing some tenacity, diving for loose balls, getting into the passing lanes. And again, with the London Lightning, in a game that's going to be as gritty as this is, it's about turning over the opposition and then attacking in transition. That's exactly what they did, and that's how they got that quick little lead that they had. Of course, here comes Moncton. They slow down the pace, and here we are with a 4-point lead.
Lead scorers in the game for London, Maurice Bolden with 9 points, as well as 6 rebounds and 3 assists. Just an all-around effort from him. Kirk Williams Jr. at 8 points as well. Marvin Phillips matching him with 8 points and then 4 rebounds. For Moncton, you're looking at Nick Evans, 12 points. Duke Mondi, 10 points. We still have a very close game here. You know, it's really interesting. Moncton's forced 8 turnovers, but only converted that into 4 points. London on the other end, forced 11 turnovers, but have 15 points off of those turnovers. London, obviously, a team that likes to get out in transition. Do you think they kind of dial it back a bit as the game gets a little tighter, fouls become more of an issue, or do you want them to still be aggressive?
You still want to be aggressive. Last thing you need is this to be a sludge fest. Just try to slug it out in the last minute. If you're London, you want to keep the pressure high, keep the tempo high, and kind of to reiterate how London has really been successful, we're looking at 39-24 in bench points. That bench unit for London, use that depth, increase the speed of the game, allow all your players to get running, go hockey shift style in the sense of, you give it all, your all, throw fresh bodies out there. I think that's the recipe for success for London. Keep the intensity high.
So we're gearing up for what should be an exciting fourth quarter here. 75-71 for the Moncton Magic, and here we go. London to start with possession. This is Moon over to Phillips. Waith battling McCullough down low. They got a mismatch here. Help comes, but Waith turns away, but can't make the shot. And that's going to be out of bounds on Denzel Taylor on the rebound.
By the way, a nice little chirping match here with McCullough and Waite. It's really been interesting to see from up here. You like to see competitors.
I feel like McCullough's been getting under the skin of a couple of guys during this game.
No, but you like to see, as long as it's kept good in the game, you like to see the competitive nature come out, guys.
Xavier Moon. Down low to Gaines. Gaines.
You're
Tough
not
shot, but makes it.
You're not
Again,
touching that.
He
You're
jumps
not
so high.
that.
He's got that size mismatch on Mondi. Impossible to block. Mondi takes an answer. Can't make it, though. Now London with the ball, only down 2. Williamson covered by
right
Tate.
Back to it.
Right back to it. Why not? Gaines, again. Can't finish on that one. Here's Thomas for Moncton. Working on Moon, just charges right at him. No good, but McCullough's open, can't finish. Denzel Taylor with another rebound. Taylor cuts baseline. Thomas, great second pass to Mondi. He hesitates though. Another great open pass. Tate can't make the shot. Moncton had a couple of good looks there, couldn't finish. Gaines right back down, and we have a tie game.
That's the aggressiveness you like to see out of Gaines. He made a jumper, missed a jumper, now get to the rim.
Gaines making this a tie game. Tate working on Waith, turns him around. Blocked by Waith. They're going to say that's a foul, though. Charging foul. Marvin Phillips able to draw that.
Oh, we're having a convention of the referees, though, Chris.
Just about every charge has that was it a charge or a block discussion.
The toughest call in sports.
And they're going to lean London's way there. Martin Phillips to inbound. Xavier Moon sets up London's offense. Williamson cutting in. Can't ditch Tate. Marvin Phillips will take a shot. Nothing going for him, but he's going to get fouled, and he's going to go to the line.
That was just a man's move in the paint. We say that a lot with Marvin Phillips, but getting his own rebound, just going up hard, drawing the contact. Really, I mean, we're just so used to it with Marvin Phillips. No surprise.
It's 2 fouls in 2 minutes already for the Moncton Magic.
And again, one of those on Taylor. Again, if you're in Moncton, you're not exactly full of big men. You always got to be aware of the foul situation.
Phillips is going to make the first, and London back in the driver's seat. Misses the second. And another whistle here as Thomas gets fouled on the floor.
They're going to call the hands on the hip,
Gotcha.
Which in the NBA, if people are some basketball fans, that has become a little notorious this year. Seeing it here with the referee. Great play.
Waith's just going to step out of bounds there. Made a great effort to disrupt that offense, though. Very low-scoring game here. Moncton, of course, not really surprising, one of the better defensive teams in the league, but London, a team you usually see getting out in transition. But they've been able to play a very tough game against Moncton. Mondi hits a huge three. Magic back in the lead, 2-point game. Here's London looking for an answer.
Clearly found his spot on that three, Chris.
Gaines gets it swatted there, and that's going to be a foul on Moncton. Another foul on the Magic here. They're quickly approaching that limit.
Interesting to see as we go a little bit further here in the fourth quarter. Haven't heard his name for a little bit. Garrett Williamson. How much more of the offense is he going to be initiating as we go down into the stretch here, Chris?
quiet game for Williamson. 5 points on 1 of 4 shooting, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Definitely not the stat line we're used to from London's leading scorer. Gaines is going to make the free throw.
You know, you look at somebody like Gaines, that's another guy I think we might see him in another year or two continue to develop his game, a la a Bolden or an Evans. A lot of great potential there, a lot of the right tools.
Gaines makes both his shots to tie the game here. He also takes the lead in scoring for the Lightning with 13 points. Here's Thomas.
Oh, wow.
Just ditches Marcus Capers, but can't finish. Denzel Taylor able to finish with the tip-in.
Taylor has done everything you've wanted out of energy big man. Actually taken the Nick Evans role, if we're being honest.
Both teams going shot for shot here, 80
really
to 78. Good. Gaines, jumper, no good. Isaiah Tate with the rebound. Tough defense from Xavier Moon there, but McCullough's open. Gaines recovering very nicely to close out on McCullough. Mondi switches on to Gaines. Mondi takes the shot. Can't go. Moon recovers. Moon takes the quick jumper. Can't make it. Gaines can't get the rebound. Moncton back the other way.
Not sure the coach likes that jumper, Chris.
Very early in the shot clock, in top of the key mid-range jumper. Not an analytics crowd shot either. Thomas can't finish, but they're going to call a foul there.
Great shake from Thomas on 2 consecutive plays. First one, it was Taylor being the beneficiary of kind of the defense closing in on Thomas, and then Thomas there drawing the foul. Interesting to see if that's something that the Moncton Magic go to towards the end of this game, his ability to create.
Interestingly enough, a game that's had this much action on the inside, leading foul getter for London's actually Xavier Moon at 3.
Interesting.
You wouldn't expect that. Thomas makes his free throws, and Moncton now up 4. 8:15 left in what has been so far a back and forth quarter. London Lightning trying to get back against the league leading Magic. Some sloppy passing there. We're going to have a whistle there. McCullough and Capers battling. I think the ref's convening here. So McCullough actually picked up his 4th on that play. As McCullough just knocks it away, London gets it back though. Capers loses his dribble. Phillips, not too much time, but makes it. Marvin Phillips, a huge finish.
After that offensive rebound, that possession did not look very pretty from the Lightning, but Marvin Phillips creating a bucket.
Mondi back down the floor. McCullough sets the screen. Mondi on Gaines. We've seen this matchup a lot here in the 4th quarter. And they're going to call a foul there. They're going to say that's on Gaines. Fouls starting to pile up for the Moncton Magic. Nick Evans at 5. Wayne McCullough and Denzel Taylor each at 4. Neither Evans or Taylor on the floor right now. And Dondo's taking up that post position as Mondi sets the offense. Calls for the screen, and Dondo provides. Mondo feeds him, loses the dribble though. London back the other way. Capers able to feed Phillips. Phillips thinks about it, but decides to reset. Xavier Moon takes the jumper. No good, but Gaines with the finish. Tie game again.
Up there. By the way, shout out Marvin Phillips on the defensive possession. Came out, hedged the screen, got back to his man, and then was able to get the rebound.
Also smart on the offensive end, bringing it back out so that they could reset the offense even just a little bit to get the pace right. Moncton Tate goes to the rim. He's unable to finish, but we're going to have another foul call here. 5th foul of the quarter for London already.
Referee's starting to call a few more fouls compared to earlier in the game.
First half.
Maybe just trying to make sure that they are, have control of the game.
Phillips and Gaines coming out to some applause here.
Well deserved.
Great minutes from both those guys. Gaines leaves the game as the leading scorer with 15 points and an additional 6 rebounds. But 4 fouls means he'll have to rest for a bit. Tate makes his first free throw.
And here we go, Nick Evans. We're talking 6:46 here in the 4th quarter. Good amount of time he's had to sit on the bench. We'll see if he can play his aggressive brand without fouling out.
I don't expect to see him for long, to be honest with you. I think this is just get him a little bit of a taste before we keep him for the final minutes. Evans again playing at 5 fouls right now. Williamson kicks outside to Williams Jr. No good. Moncton almost rebounded. Ball tosses around. Isaiah Tate collects. Fans wanting a foul call as Tate goes to the rim. Can't finish. London collects. Back the other way. Capers over to Moon. Moon full speed ahead. Passes to Williams Jr. Can't convert. And now Moncton and London just playing ping pong with the ball.
Oh my goodness. I don't think that's going to go into Springfield or the Hall of Fame for anything regarding beautiful basketball. Up and down nonetheless. What a pass by Xavier Moon. Unfortunate that Williams Jr. couldn't finish. Great action, just maybe not as much finish.
2-point game here for Moncton, 84-82. London looking to tie the game. Bolden blocked. He recollects and takes the jumper. No good, and now Moncton has the ball back. McCullough tightly defended by Capers. Capers forces the turnover and finishes. Huge play from Marcus Capers.
Wow. And we got a tech.
Yeah, Marcus Capers got right into McCullough's face after that. You know, you make a really good play and then you just take the tech right after. Kind of takes away the good play.
And you can see McCullough give the kind of slick little grin pointing at Capers as if, ref, are you going to let this happen?
Yeah.
Just walked right into it.
Silly foul as London's now.
After a great play.
Yeah, you make a great play to tie the game, and now Moncton's going to get a shot and possession. 84-84 here as we've got a timeout on the floor. Duke Mondi leading scorer for your Moncton Magic, 17 points, 6 rebounds. Denzel Taylor, 14 points, 12 rebounds. And then for London, you've got 15 points, 6 rebounds from A.J. Gaines to lead the way. Kirk Williams, 11 points, most of which coming in the second half.
Yeah, you got to say, as much as we're maybe not as much of a fan of the tech, you got to love the energy Capers has brought. Kirk Williams brought that energy. And that's why we're at a tie game if you're coming from a London Lightning perspective. For the Moncton Magic, Mondi's been big for them. Big momentum saving in many ways. London really had a lot of momentum. Mondi making some threes to kind of stall the momentum. The type of plays you need if you want to pull out a win on the road.
Not much time left in this one. London playing Moncton very tough. We kind of expected a defensive game here just because of the style Moncton plays, but you almost thought there would be a bit of a counterbalance that would lead to a higher score just because London likes to play so fast. But it's been a very different game than I think what we expected coming in here. London playing Moncton's style, but matching them every step of the way.
Coming into this game, Chris, I really looked at it from the point of view of if it's going to be low scoring, I'd expect Moncton to have a legitimate lead. If it was high scoring, I expected London to have a legitimate lead at this point. To see it low scoring, if you're Moncton, that's great. But if you're London, to be in a low scoring game and tied, that's got to be very, very, very positive for you.
Tate's going to take the technical free throw. He makes it, and now Moncton going to get the ball back here. McCullough inbounds it here. This is Duke Mondi. Former Cape Breton Highlander taking the ball up the court. Evans set the screen, then rolled, but no pass open. Thomas way across the court to Evans, who shoots the three. No good. London collects. Xavier Moon bothered by McCullough. He's able to break ahead. Bolden cutting to the rim. No good on the finish. Ball up for grabs. Moncton comes down with it. Here are the Magic. Up one, 85-84. 5:16 left here in the fourth quarter. Tate stares down Kirk Williams Jr. Takes the three. Can't go, and I believe there's going to be a foul on Nick Evans on Mo Bolden. That'll be number 6.
And Nick Evans.
That'll be it for Nick Evans, who's been a very, very big-time player for the Moncton Magic tonight.
Chris, you were talking about you didn't think he'd be, you thought it'd be a short little get your feet wet. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too long. Here he's gone with 5 minutes left in the game. Now you're counting on 2 bigs for Moncton for the rest of this game.
Also, it puts Moncton right at the limit. Next foul puts him over. London, pardon me, in the exact same situation with Xavier Moon. Working the ball around. Mo Bolden shoots over Taylor. They're going to call the foul there on Taylor.
That's a play defensively you sometimes get coaches not exactly thrilled about. You don't need to reach, just put your arm up, contest the shot, especially with a guy like Bolden. A lot of the times his jumper is fueled by going to the rim. So if he's going to take a pull-up jumper, you almost would rather live with that with Bolden. And especially when you're big and you just see Nick Evans go out, I don't necessarily think you want to be reaching.
Well, again, Denzel Taylor also in a bit of a foul situation, sitting at 4. Is now up to 5 in the game.
Yeah, they just called him on that one.
So that's going to be a very tight foul situation for that front court in Moncton. Taylor works it inside. Monty has space. Taylor has space and finishes. Big play from Denzel Taylor. Magic up 2.
Hey, guys on the stream, shut up.
London back down the floor. Mo Bolden able to connect. And again, we've got a tie game. 4:18 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Monty slowing it down just a bit. Inside, wide open. Monty had to make a tough finish. Great recovery there from Marcus Capers. But Monty now picks his pocket. 3-on-1 situation, and they mess it up as Monty can't get the ball to Tate. That was one pass away from a 2-point lead, and unfortunately the Magic unable to convert.
I mean, Taylor sets a beautiful screen, but you got to give a lot of credit. Marcus Capers' ability to recover on defense and really force a miss. And then just unfortunate if you're a Magic fan to see that pass go over Tate's head.
3:50 to go, tie game. Mo Bolden takes the jumper and makes it. Mo Bolden huge in the last couple minutes of this quarter.
We can see Mo Bolden go off. Interested to see if he does it here in this last 3 minutes, Chris.
This is Tate. Bumps into Bolden. Tries to ditch him this time. Charges at Bolden. Blocked. He kicks it outside. Mondi thinks shot. Takes the shot. Not much time on the shot clock. Had to do it. Now Moncton recovers. Fresh shot clock. Corey Allman able to finish. Just like that, Moncton's tied it right back up.
That was a tough runner in the lane, Chris. A lot of people don't realize. Sorry, Chris. A lot of people don't realize how tough a runner that is with that type of momentum to be able to bury it. Really great shot by Allman.
That's another one of those ones where I don't know how the coach felt about that one, but it ended up all right. Bolden not able to finish. Bolden looks hurt. Williamson charging at the rim. Loses his dribble. Capers takes the three. Good! Marcus Capers! Huge shot. 92-89 for the London Lightning. 2:40 to play in this game. Moncton needing an answer.
It's not necessarily his game, and, you know, I guess the moment called for it buries it.
It's something he has added to his game over the past 2 years. Mondi's going to take the shot. No good. And now London with a chance to open up a gap.
Coach, you could tell, was not a fan of that.
Williams Jr. over to Mo Bolden. McCullough takes a swipe at it, no dice. Johnson can't ditch his defender. Williams Jr. cuts in. Bolden loses the ball. They're going to call... Not sure if that was a foul or kick ball. They're going to call the foul. Pardon me, they're calling the foul on Moncton. I apologize.
And here we go. London going to the line for the last 2 minutes, Chris.
Misses the first. Just got to make the one to make it a 2-possession game, though. Makes the second, so 93-89. London with the 4-point lead. 2:03 to go in this quarter. Let's see what Moncton has. Mondi bringing the ball up the court. Screen set by McCullough. He rolled. I think they're going to call a foul on Superman Johnson there.
They are. Not exactly sure, but it might have been on the transition from, or on the switch, I should say.
They definitely called it when McCullough got into Johnson's space there. But McCullough's got to go to the line with London over the limit. Maybe not the worst outcome for London. I mean, only 2 points. Keeps it a 1-possession game afterward. McCullough makes the shot. Moncton's going to maintain possession here, 93-90.
Bolden tried to take it one-handed there.
Thomas inbounds to Allman. He has space. Can't make the shot, though. Williamson open court ahead. Tries to get around Mondi. They're going to call the foul on Duke Mondi. It's going to be number 3 on Duke Mondi as the fouls continue to pile up for Moncton. And again, London, no luck at the free throw line, missing the first.
Chris, what's the saying?
Got to make your free throws, kids. Converts on the second, 4-point game again. We're going to have another timeout here with the Lightning leading the Moncton Magic 94-90. Again, a slower pace game than I think what we anticipated. However, that pace is significantly picked up in the last maybe 4 or 5 minutes here. Tom, who's really stepped up for the London Lightning that you think is a big reason why they created this gap?
I would look at a guy like Mo Bolden. I think Mo Bolden defensively has been great. But I really go back to a lot of those minutes set up with Kirk Williams Jr. and with Marcus Capers. Obviously, Marcus Capers, when he's pulling out 3, which I agree he's worked on in his game, but you don't necessarily count on him for that. When he's pulling out that sort of stuff, this London Lightning team is very tough to beat. But Marcus Capers bring the energy. You hope he doesn't do a tech like that, but you like what was surrounding the technical, which was energy, tenacity, playing well on offense and defense, being a two-way player.
Just about everyone for both teams has had input on this game. Of all the players who have touched the floor, only 2 haven't scored a bucket in this one. Just about everyone getting involved. Leading scorer for London, Mo Bolden at 15 points. AJ Gaines also at 15 points. For Moncton Magic, you're looking at 17 from Duke Mondi, and then 16 points, 12 rebounds from Denzel Taylor. However, he's also got 5 fouls. And then you've got Nick Evans, who fouled out earlier. Wayne McCullough sitting at 4.
Again, the calendar says 2019. This feels like 1996 with the score that we're seeing, but it's been a very entertaining game. Back and forth, some momentum swings, really enjoyable.
Duke Mondi the inbound here.
Interested to see if they go to Mondi here.
Thomas cuts baseline. Open Almond, and he makes it. Huge three-pointer from Corey Almond to make this a one-point game. Minute 28 left in the game. Alex Johnson. London trying to bleed out some clock here. Bolden. Ditches McCullough, takes the jumper, no good. Moncton with a chance to take the lead now. Mondi, the newest member of this Moncton Magic team. Goes aggressively at Superman Johnson, kicks it out. McCullough checks his feet, makes it! Wayne McCullough, a huge shot to make this game 96-94 for the Moncton Magic. An absolutely clutch three to put Moncton in the lead.
Two things, Chris. One, great shot preparation by McCullough. Hands up, ready to let go of it from the corner, ready to take the spot-up jumper. But Mondi, as a newer player, the trust that Coach Salerno has in him to run the offense, draw the defense, and kick that out, he was looking past the entire time. But he threatened the rim, forced the help defenders, and McCullough, again, great shot preparation, able to bury the three. Huge three. Now London's looking at how do we get this back even.
And the poise from McCullough, too. He got that ball. He didn't rush it. He just was patient, checked his feet, made sure it was behind the line, you know, maybe checked the time, made a coffee, and then he drilled the shot.
No unnecessary movement. Just all patience, making sure everything was economical, able to bury the shot, made sure his fundamentals were right, drilled it.
No panic under pressure from both Wayne McCullough and the Moncton Magic. They've been chasing the Lightning for most of this quarter, but they now find themselves up 2 with 58.8 seconds left in this game. We have a doozy of a finish coming up here in London as the #1 team in the NBLC, the Moncton Magic, take on the hometown London Lightning here.
Watch for Capers. You always have to watch the inbound player, Chris, and especially the way Capers has been playing. Wouldn't be surprised if something sneaky gets run for him.
He immediately goes to baseline, sets a screen for Johnson. Williamson working on Mondi, just charges right at him. Garrett Williamson can't finish, and that's going to go out of bounds. Marcus Capers, I think, got hurt on the play there. He's slow to get up as Moncton comes back the other way. And great play by Garrett Williamson to draw the charge and get London possession back. 2-point game again with London another opportunity to try and tie this up.
Added point, Chris. London was looking to foul because Capers was down. And then for Williamson to pull off the charge and switch possession back, a huge play.
We talked about McCullough having no panic under pressure. Garrett Williamson there, a scramble play. He kept his head about him and was able to make a clutch one to give London the ball back. Superman Johnson spins inside. Capers the dunk. London has tied it up. 35 seconds left in this game. Moncton looking to take the lead. 31 seconds ticking off the clock. Mondi looking for the screen from McCullough. One-on-one with Bolden. Tries to break him down. Bolden stays with him, gets the block, and stays in bounds. London, 13 seconds on the clock. Chance to win the game. Mess of a pass, but Williamson able to keep control. 7 seconds, clock ticking down. Williamson charges at McCullough, beats him. Can he make it? No! Ball tipped outside. Johnson takes the shot. That's not going to go. And we have overtime here between the Moncton Magic and the London Lightning in what has been an incredible finish to this game.
You know, if you're the London Lightning, that's the guy you want to have the ball in his hands in the crucial moments. Williamson just struggling a little bit tonight, but you can't blame the Lightning for giving it to him. Let him try to make a play. He had a decent look. He got the separation from McCullough, just unfortunately not able to bury it. And, I mean, we're going to go over 100 thanks to overtime. Didn't expect that tonight. Really impressive, though, performance by the Lightning to even get it back. That McCullough three looked daggerish. So really impressive to come back here for the Lightning, and interested to see how this overtime plays out.
And, you know, there were shades of, I believe it was Game 2 years ago, first-round playoff series against Niagara. That was an almost identical play. Williamson just to the rim, just a little bit short this time. 96-96 as we head into overtime. The Moncton Magic having an incredibly tough match with the London Lightning here. And again, based on, if I had told you heading into this game that Moncton was going to hold London to 96 points, we probably would have said Moncton won that game.
Yep, exactly.
So, incredible fight here from London to make sure that they stay with Moncton and to play tough defense themselves and force themselves into this overtime that really heading into the game you probably wouldn't think would happen.
Well, they're doing what they're supposed to do no matter the opponent. Defend home court. They're putting up a good fight at home. I mean, we're not surprised to see that from the London Lightning, but given some of the struggles this year, it's good to see them kind of stiffen their upper lip and, really defend home court the way that we're used to seeing the London Lightning do it.
Free basketball here as Corey Ullman gets ready to inbound here for the Moncton Magic.
Also with this extra time, let's look at the foul situation coming up.
Taylor and McCullough both in the game for Moncton despite their fouls. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Mondi there as London gets the ball right back. Salerno is furious with the ref for that one.
That's a case where the referee's going to say it's the elbow. Moncton's going to say it was the shoulder, and he was just going down his normal route. Unfortunately, the referee has the final say.
Johnson cuts in, makes the pass to Capers, kicks it out. Bolden, open three. Good, Mo Bolden. A huge shot to start this overtime period.
Love the feed from Capers. Draw, kick. Great offense.
Mondi looked inside, finds McCullough.
Mismatch.
Huge mismatch here as McCullough just goes up with it as he should and connects. 1 point game. Johnson kicks it over to Kirk Williams. Pump fakes. No luck for Williams Jr. Johnson's going to take the shot. Wonder about that shot as Moncton's back the other way. Thomas ditches pump fakes but doesn't take the shot. McCullough had wide open Ullman, but he waited too long to make the pass.
Yeah, I didn't see him.
Ullman working on Williams. Tough shot, can't connect, but that's Denzel Taylor who tips it right back out. Mondi working on Johnson.
Oh,
huge
wow.
and one play as Mondi's able to make the shot and get himself to the line. Clearly they're going after Alex Johnson.
Yeah, I was about to
say,
key thing we're seeing here, they're trying to get some mismatches, get Johnson in the post here. If you're London, you got to maybe send a help defender if you're seeing Johnson in those positions, but also just a great finish from Mondi, taking the contact on the arm and still burying the jumper.
So here's Superman Johnson taking the ball up the court for the Lightning. 101-99, Moncton up 2 in this overtime period. Williamson backing down Mondi. Kicks it up to Williams Jr. He takes the shot. Can't bury it, but Williamson collects. Feeds it to Williams Jr. Big finish for the Lightning as they tie it right back up. 3:05 to go.
You know, if you're Garrett Williamson, I'm struggling with my shot. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make the smart play. Nice feed to Kirk Williams, who's been great at cutting to the rim this game.
And that's just instinctual play from both of them. Those are guys who have played together.
Yep.
Mondi looking to make a move on Williamson. Doesn't work. This is Thomas. Ditches Williams Jr. with a nasty crossover, but can't finish the jumper. Williamson had Williams Jr. open. Thomas is going to break up that play. Tie game, 101-101. 2:36 left to go in this game. Overtime ending 96-96. Both teams ended up here after Garrett Williamson shot, unable to connect at the end. But we've definitely had a back-and-forth fight all night. Corey Allman. Got to get across half court. Covered by Johnson. McCullough. Attacks Bolden. Can't get anything to go. Denzel Taylor tries to rebound. No luck. London with an opportunity to take the lead. And that's going to be a foul on Corey Allman.
I gotta say, one of the best things I've seen from London defensively is their ability to almost the second defender in regards to defending the rim. The help defense, forcing tough shots. McCullough had to do a really tough leaning fadeaway. Bolden, Williams, Capers, those guys have really shown up in that regard tonight.
Again, a depth battle for both teams. Just about everyone on each team getting to touch the court at some point tonight. And London opens up the 2-point gap now, 103-101, 2 minutes left. McCullough assesses his options. Allman, great pass to Taylor.
Oh.
He's going to get fouled there by Marcus Capers as Taylor was just going at the rim there.
Don't give up anything easy. I really like that foul. Defend the rim. See, he just misses a free throw. That's why you defend the rim, you give a hard foul.
Taylor, a 48% free throw shooter.
Even just on principle.
Makes the second, so London now a 1-point lead. Johnson. London works it around. Williamson. They're going to call him for the charge there. That was Denzel Taylor taking the charge. He definitely got the wind knocked out of him on that one.
Right in the chest.
Yeah. Well, we always talk about Garrett Williamson hunting the chest. Sometimes it doesn't end up so well for the defender. Mondi. Looking for options here. I think he was trying to get it to McCullough, but no dice. Thomas tries to get around Williamson, beats all three defenders and finishes.
Crafty finish.
104-103, minute 22 to play in the game. Johnson. Working around Thomas. He's going to get just wrapped up there.
Jump
They're
ball.
going to say jump ball. London with the possession arrow, so they maintain the ball. Bolden kicks it out to Capers. Johnson takes the three, and he makes it. Huge shot by Alex Superman Johnson, 106-104. Moncton has 58 seconds to answer. Mondi, covered by Williams Jr. Screen set by McCullough. Takes the three over Capers, no good. Denzel Taylor recovers. Moncton slows it right back down. 42 seconds left in the game. Thomas works around and finishes.
Oh, wow.
A huge answer bucket from the Moncton Magic as we have a tie game once more, 106-106 with 38 seconds left.
That's two plays by Thomas where he's just slithered his way into the lane. Really impressive. We got a doozy, Chris.
Johnson works it around to Williamson. He cuts in. Williams Jr. makes the extra pass. Bolden, one more. London, lots of passing, but not a lot of opportunity. Now, was that foul on Taylor? Because that would be his sixth.
Think Mondi.
They will indeed put that on Mondi, and that's going to be his fifth. Two players on the court at risk of fouling out for Moncton, but with this much time left, not too much of a concern. Williamson made the first. Connects on the second, 2-point game here. The Moncton Magic are going to call a timeout here as Joe Salerno reaches into the bag of tricks to see what he can come up with here to help Moncton get the lead or at least the tie back in this game. 108-106 for the London Lightning. Tom, if you're looking at the Moncton Magic bench, what have you seen in this game? What kind of a play would you like to call here?
Clearly they like Mondi. Clearly Mondi has earned the trust of Joe Salerno to make the plays. I'd like to see Mondi with it. I think you could probably McCullough's been the other guy who's really kind of been pushing this offense, especially in overtime. Or you do a two-man game with Thomas and Mondi. Really interesting to see, but Mondi is the key guy. Clearly has Salerno's trust. Clearly he's the guy who has the pulse of the team. I
think this is a spot where you miss Nick Evans because they've had so much work off the pick and roll with him.
I'm also interested to see if this is attack Alex Johnson.
True.
They've done it a number of times so far. You've got the full 24, so you don't need to do a rush shot. Really interested to see what they draw up here. And as always on inbounds plays, you're looking to watch the inbound player. That can usually be the sneakiest guy. If you're London now defensively, just solid defense. Don't foul. And if you're going to foul them, make sure you have to foul them and do not allow a three-point play.
Duke Mondi leading scorer for the Magic, 20 points on 7 of 16 shooting. Wayne McCullough, 18 points on 6 of 12 shooting.
Yeah, again, don't give up the three-point ball. I mean, it sounds pretty simple, but you got to be locked in on your assignments.
Here's Thomas to Mondi. McCullough works it back. Thomas goes baseline. Can't convert. London recovers the ball. Moncton wanting a foul. They need to foul London here. Coach Salerno very unimpressed with the referees on that call.
Well, they went to what we thought they would. There was a bit of a three-man game there, McCullough, Thomas, and Mondi. And unfortunately for the Magic, just Thomas getting to the lane, but I believe that was Williamson with the defensive play.
Now London has the get on your feet London on the scoreboard already. You hope they're not jinxing it because you got to make these free throws. Misses the first. Still a one-possession game. Three-point game. Moncton 11 seconds to get a bucket here. Mondi stares down Johnson. Takes a deep three. No good. And London gets the ball back.
Foul.
Oh, they're calling a foul, and I think it's on Mo Bolden. So 3 seconds left. This might not be so bad for Moncton, or for London. I mean, Moncton go in the line to shoot two.
Well, you see some coaches, they would foul to set Moncton up for the two. I'm interested if there's such little time that if Moncton's going to make one, and then if they miss the other.
Fake the first?
Well, they made the first one. That was critical, but do you
I think you
rim
have
it
to.
out? I think you do with 3.2. I don't think you can count on playing the foul game for that amount of time. He did.
And that's just swatted away by Capers.
Great scramble
play at the end. And London squeaks out a huge victory against the #1 team in NBL Canada, the Moncton Magic. Joe Salerno still wanting answers from the referee. He's not going to get them, as London's going to take the game 109-107 in an overtime thriller. Just an incredible game here for the fans here at Bud Gardens. And you know what? London played every step of the way with Moncton, comes out on top at the end.
Yeah, a great effort. Really brought the energy. This is the type of basketball the London Lightning need to play with the enthusiasm, the defensive focus, aggression. if they're going to kind of right the ship here, and really a great thing to do, defend home court against such a good team in the Moncton Magic.
Again, both teams were trying to end a bit of a losing skid. Moncton, this drops them to 2-4 over their last 6 games, while London even in more dire straits in terms of their record. They were looking at only 2 wins in their last 7 games. That's their 3rd one in the last 8 now. So London getting back into the win column after their win last game against the Sudbury 5. But again, London was really struggling up until this stretch. Huge game for the Lightning. Your leading scorers in the game tonight, you're looking at 18 points, 10 rebounds from Maurice Bolden, who was huge for the London, especially in that 4th quarter that led to the overtime. Leading scorer for the Moncton Magic, you're looking at Duke Mondi.
Quick thing too, Chris, just as we kind of close this out, again, low-scoring game. Obviously, overtime brought us over 100, but London winning a game at the Magic's pace, really impressive.
Next game for these 2 teams, Moncton Magic are going to be heading down to Windsor to take on the Express tomorrow. That'll be a tough one to follow up this game with. And then for London, you're looking at heading up to Sudbury tomorrow as well to take on the 5. So thank you for listening to tonight's game. We've been watching London Lightning basketball with Cujo Entertainment. London Lightning win 109-107 over the league-leading Moncton Magic. My name's Chris Croucher. I was joined by Tom Croucher. Have a good night, everyone, and enjoy.